Hi everyone, it's Nisha. So I have a new hack for doing thin over-plucked brows. Brows are like the worst thing. I don't enjoy doing my brows. They never look very good, but I do my best. And I've done probably 3 or 4 videos on how I do my brows. Each time was a bit different, but I've never ever been really happy with them 100%. And I started following this lady here on YouTube, Jasmine Kidd. She works in one of the brow studios for Anastasia Beverly Hills, I think in California, and she puts out really good videos and shorts on different ways to do your brows. And the best thing about it is that she demonstrates a lot of it on her clients, so you can always find a brow that looks like yours and then try to follow what she's doing. So I will zoom you in so we can have a good look at my brows, and then I will tell you how I used to do my brows and how I do them now following the advice of Jasmine. So let's have a look at my brows. As you can see, I have dark brows and they are quite thick and long. I have to always trim my hair, so I don't have a problem with the amount of hair that I have. It's the thickness. So my brows are over-plucked. They don't grow anymore under there. I mean, they do, but just like odd spots. And on this brow I sort of have a tail. I don't know if you can see, because I always talk like this and I create these wrinkles. I have a really bad wrinkle going right through the tail of my brow, and that is difficult in itself. Now this brow, my tail finishes here because I have a scar here. You can't see it really that well. When I was a child I had it stitched up here, so I mean I think I've got 2 hairs growing here, but I don't really have a tail. And then again I've got this wrinkle, can you see, going right through the tail of my brow. So how I used to, so I wanted always to give myself a bit wider, thicker brow. So what I used to do is draw a line underneath, lower than my brow, and then fill it in. But it never looked very good. Yes, I did once for a while use one of those pens, you know, like a marker pen, and fill them up to sort of draw hairs, and that looked quite good. But I had so much problem with those pens. I could never find the right color, and also with time or they would dry out or they would leak. So I'm back to normal pencils. I've got here Anastasia Beverly Hills in taupe or the Delilah in ash. They are a bit too dark. It's difficult because I have dark eyebrows, so they sort of fit my color, but I find them a bit too dark, so I'm gonna try to find a bit lighter color. Anyway, so yes, so if I draw like a line under my brow and then filled it in with the pencil, there is no hair there, so you could see it. I mean, from the distance it looked fine, but close up you could see that there was no hair. It's just like drawn on your skin. So Jasmine, or she's Yasmin, I don't know, Jasmine or Yasmin, spelled with a J. She said you should never, well, not never, but the brow she was doing was very similar to mine. She said you should build your brow at the top to give it thickness. And I found it revolutionary because my brows sit quite high. You see how much room I've got between my eyelashes in my brows. So I thought if I draw up here, they will be even higher. But that's not the case. They actually look much better. So that's why I was drawing it underneath to sort of bring my brows down, but it didn't look good. And I used to always brush my hairs up like this first, then draw the line underneath. Whereas now, you just flatten your hairs like this. Some of my hair really needs trimming. This one is really long. And what you do, you take the pencil, and she said don't do it with the point, do it with the side of the pencil. You start drawing above your hairs and then follow your tail. Can you see? And you think, oh my god, that's gonna look ridiculous, but it doesn't. And now fill that in. I need to bring my mirror closer because I can't see very well. Fill all that in, that gap. And then you can perfect the bottom. So mine is quite uneven here, but instead of drawing the line right below your eyebrows, you just draw the line where your eyebrow actually is. Okay? And I will draw some hairs here at the front. Brush it through while you're doing it. Honestly, this is genius, you will see in a minute. I sometimes have to draw a bit more here because I have sort of tadpole eyebrow. It's like thicker just here and then it goes up. And now when you brush it and brush your hairs up, it covers what you've drawn there, so it doesn't look like just your skin with some pencil on it. I will do the other side the old way and you will see what I mean. And once you've brushed your hair up, you can sort of perfect a bit your arch here. I've got quite big arch. It's just the way my eyebrows are. And then I take, I mean she doesn't use this, she obviously uses Anastasia stuff. And sometimes she puts gels in that before. But I always do it this way. I love this, this is my favorite. So now I am going to deposit some of that gel and keep brushing my brows because that gives you more natural look because you're separating those eyebrow hairs so it doesn't look like a solid color. I've got a real curly one here, it's really annoying. And I brush the front, well I brush them all up first, but then from about here flatten it to follow the shape of the brow. This one is really annoying me. Can you see I've got a little curly one? I like to put quite a lot of that gel because it's like glue and you will stick your eyebrows there and they will stay there. Okay, and now I will wait for this to dry, and if I see that I have some bald spots I will lightly still fill it in with my pencil. So now I am feeling a bit any bald spots that I can see. Don't worry too much about this bit because we will clean it up as well with the concealer. So you want your brow to be a bit lighter at the front and darker at the ends, otherwise it will be like a one dark block color. I am so impressed now with the way my brows look comparing to what they used to look like. So then you take a concealer brush, a concealer, or you can, I think Anastasia does one of those. This one is actually from Maybelline, it's called Brow Precise Perfecting Highlighter. So this is like a pencil that you put under the brow. I can never do it straight like this because it's too thick. So take a concealer brush. I've got another brush here that I really like, but I don't, this must have been sent to me years ago. It is really a lip brush. You could use lip brush as well. It's from Might Makeup. I really don't know. But I like it slightly angled. So I can take a bit of this from that pencil, because sometimes, you know, concealer is too liquidy and you put too much. But with this, it's a bit thicker being a pencil. And then with one stroke, you follow your brown line and you clean it up. I really like it. I will show you now how I used to do my brows on this brow. Okay, so how I used to do this brow, I would brush my hair up first. Remember, with this one I just had my hair down straight like this. Then I would take the pencil, and from here I would draw a line like this. So the same as I did on this eyebrow, just drew line up here, drew line down here. And this looked quite good as well, but like I said, not close up. And then I wouldn't do anything at the top, just round here my arch. And then I will fill this bottom part. So I hope you can see how you can see that there is no hair. It might not look as bad on a camera, but in real life you can really see that this is just pencil on a skin. And then I would put the gel on, and that would make it look even worse, because now I've put my eyebrows up, so here is just the skin. So I hope you can see that. Can you see? You can see the skin on underneath, and also the brow doesn't look as full as this one, does it? Because the hair is only in a very thin line. So, and obviously I don't feel anything there, and it looks a bit more pathetic, doesn't it? And then I would see that, oh, this is looking a bit too light, so I would go over with the pencil even more. To make it darker. And then you could really, can you see there is no hair there? It's just a pencil. The hair just sits on the top. But if you look at these two brows, this one definitely looks better, looks thicker. I just love it. I'm so pleased. I've watched so many of her videos, but this particular one, I thought, oh my God, this client's eyebrows look just like mine. They had the thin brows and the same amount of hairs. I thought, let me try it, and this is just a game changer to me. I mean, in real life that looks so bad. Definitely love the brow. Okay, so I am going to go now and correct this brow, and I will be back. Okay, and here are my brows. What do you think? I think they look so much better. And also with this technique you can control how wide you want your eyebrows. If you don't want them that wide, you just go a bit lower at the top. Whereas when you do it at the bottom, you can only go so far and make them as wide, because again you would just see the pencil on a bare skin. So I am so happy to have found this tutorial. She does all sorts of different tutorials with the powders, with the brow pomade, with pencils. Honestly, she's amazing. I will leave you the link to her channel in the description box, and if I find this particular tutorial, I will link that as well. I've done my eyes quickly. I've got on my eyes Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Dreams, and all I did is use this shimmery one all over my eyelid. I just packed it on my mobile lid and blended upwards, and in a corner I used the lighter shimmery one. That's it, and mascara. Oh, on my lips I have the Lancome Ideal lip liner, which I think you can't get anywhere anymore, and Dance Floor Princess lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury. And what is the gloss I have? I have this gloss on, is from Nabla, Shine Theory lip gloss in Toxic Love, but I don't know if this is still available. This is quite old. Yes, so I think these are the best eyebrows to me that I've ever had. And like I said, I can make them a bit thinner, not as wide, so whatever I fancy, it's so much easier with this technique. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and stay fabulous. Bye.